Hello, my name's Brian, and I'm an amateur remote viewer documenting my remote viewing journey. And what is remote viewing? Remote viewing is a psychic ability, and you have no prior knowledge to any of the target. You follow a strict protocol, and you gather impressions, write them down, or verbally say them, and then you need feedback of what the actual target is to see how accurate you are. All right, so today um, I got a random coordinate from my uncle, and coordinates is this if you want to take a look at it before the next section of the video where I'm actually going to be displaying my meditation and my verbal impressions I'm getting. And this time I sped up the silence in between so it's more watchable. And then same like the other videos, I'm going to post the transcript of what I said so you can just view it all at once of what I said, then a picture of what I wrote down, and then we'll analyze it on Google Earth. Enjoy. I'm getting it's like a rectangle sandwiched between these two round figures. I'll have to draw that one down. They're getting like a prism, like a rainbow color, like that prismatic look. There's like strings of there's like strings of something like hanging from a ceiling. Maybe it's might be confusing that with maybe grass or wires. Something's hanging from overhead. American flag. I'm just thinking of a one of those stores that has the glass display so you can see inside the store, like one of the, I guess, old downtown shops. Rounded objects overhead. I did see a complex, or it seemed like architectural, of a like a rounded design. I perceived that before I mentioned the rounded objects overhead. I see a side of a house. It's a fairly big house. Seems like a one of those houses that would be a lot of land around them, maybe historical even. Because I'm getting a like the cobblestone pattern along it. I'll draw that one down as well. I was thinking cowboy related, but I feel like that might be imagination bleeding through. But I do sense there's something with like a blue design. Might be a on a banner, maybe? Like some sort of fabric. Okay, I'm getting like a perception that I'd be like underneath one of those rounded sheds of sheet metal. Has that lined pattern. It's like as if I'm looking up at that rounded sheet metal roof. I don't. The best way to describe what I just perceived, it seemed like a close up of like like circuitry, like a circuit board or something, and a pole, like a light pole. I believe it's dark. The color of the pole is dark. Paper, I guess a white shape on a what looks like a wall. Could be paper. Like a posting maybe. And the pattern on the wall, I feel it's different than that cobblestone pattern. It's more like brick-like. I just get the feeling of a lot of a lot of trees and birds flying overhead. I see a single structure in an open area. There's like these overlapping round shapes. Might be a design of some sort, or maybe it kind of looks like if you have a bunch of washers together and you lay them flat, that little overlapping pattern. It's like silverish. I'm not sure if a lot of people would visit this place. I'm not really getting like it's an attraction or something. I see letters, but I can't make them out. It's like it's like letters on a thin band thing. Metal piping? Like big pipes. Like an industrial thing. Might be confusing it for another shape, but I'm just thinking of my uncle's warehouse. I know that's probably not on target. I see those like the steep stairs they would use for like construction or something. And those catwalks. It's open sky. May not rain here very often. Maybe it used to be something old here, tore it down. And there's something new constructed. Saw a shadow silhouette. Someone, I can't make it out what any details. I do believe there's like machinery, like something mechanical involved. Is it like excavating? Natural resources? Now I'm getting an impression of a fairly large building, like it seems almost like a college campus size. A lot of those square windows in the front, and like a pointed roof in the front entrance. There's like small pictures of people on a wall. Like profile shots of people. I don't know why I'm thinking of an Oreo cookie. I'm not hungry, but that's what I perceived. Like the packaging of it. Perhaps a vending machine. That's a bit too much logic in there. It's probably off target. It's red and blue. In a circular shape. Is this a factory? That would line up with the things I said before. But I'm gonna reset and see if there's anything new. Writing on a like a chalkboard or a whiteboard. It's like plans. Or equations even. A dinosaur figure. A T-Rex. Museum, perhaps. Maybe front loading, but I imagine like a solar system. Like a picture of the solar system. A lot of books. I was thinking of a stuffed animal earlier. I didn't say it. Like I was right up beside, I guess, a front of a stuffed animal, seeing the glass beady eye. Or glass-like. It's probably plastic, but it's like something related to turning. You turn something, like a crank or something like that. There's like a display of something. Keep thinking of animals. Can't pin down exactly what animal, but different, like, animals that have four legs. Yeah, white sign with big lettering. Or a banner or something like that. Just big letters. Like a bird or an eagle or a hawk. Something spreading its wings out. Boxes. And like containers. Yeah, white lettering again. It's almost like there's some graffiti. It's like a lot of overlapping letters on top of each other. It's like I'm over top. I thought it was in an open plain, but maybe it's in a big city. See like a skyscraper from above. Okay, I'm gonna begin drawing. So here are the coordinates, and it seems that it's close to Louisiana. Looks like into one of those islands. Okay, very remote looking island. Okay, let's see if we can get a first person perspective of this. Okay, well, the bird seemed on target. I think are these just seagulls? Maybe a mixture of different birds. Wow, there's a lot of birds. Okay. Well, definitely picked up on the birds. However, I didn't really pick up on the water. That seems like an oil rig to me. I know there's thousands of oil rigs around in Louisiana. Let's see. But in the immediate area, I'm not seeing really a structure. Yeah, no. No American flag. Seems pretty remote. Let's see if there's another thing around here. Well, that looks like a structure. Circular. Hmm. Let's see if we can backdate that. Why is it like that? Is it a building there? Can't really. Yeah, there's no way I can get a good perspective of that. Let's see. Okay, well, that's definitely a rounded structure. Looks like it got a. It's not there anymore. Probably through the hurricanes or something. See how far we can go back. Okay, well, that's just not. Yeah, there's not really anything you can get from that. Okay, well, definitely a structure there. It was there. It's not anymore. I don't think we can actually zoom in on the oil rig itself. But I did mention a lot of machinery and like excavating for natural resources, which that does line up to like oil rigs. And there's a lot of them around in the area. I know that. Let's see. Is there a way we can? Well, this for sure. We can probably go in here, first person. Trying to check the nearby areas. Hmm. Well, that's the. It's not really a rounded sheet metal structure, but it is a shed. Um, it's more of those rounded structures. I know this is pretty off target, pretty far away from it, but I'm wondering if maybe my mind's eye got a bit bored because there was nothing really going on there. So I'm just checking out this area a little bit, see if anything sticks out. I mean, poles, I mean, it's not really. I'm not gonna lean into the poles, except maybe the oil rig itself. There's a lot of poles and metal structures with that. Um, yeah, this is one of those targets where you're not gonna really have a lot of pictures. It's pretty remote. I wish we can get an actual picture of that. Well, so when you have a target like this, really the only thing to do is maybe search up uh, the history of the place. So we'll take out, let's see, Breton Islands. Let's look that up real quick. Breton Island, Louisiana. Let's go to that search with AI. Breton Island is a barrier island off Gulf of Mexico. Yep. Okay. Historical refuge. 1904. Second oldest refuge in the U.S. National Wildlife Refuge System. Created a refuge in response to destruction of eggs and bird habitations on the island. Personally visited the property in 1950. Human structures such as a lighthouse, small fishing community, and an oil facility have been destroyed by natural events. Today, the island is primarily preserved. Okay. So there were buildings there. Seems like it got destroyed. And it's more of like a nature preserve for birds. Oh, 90% of the land lost since 1920s due to the hurricanes. There's a Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010 causing additional damage. All right. Well, let's see. Was there a college there? I did have a impression of a college, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay. No college. Was there a school there, maybe? Okay. It did have a school, but it existed only briefly and was destroyed by a hurricane in 1915. Okay. You can infer, like, the chalkboard writing, I said, could be from that. It's in the area. It did say there was a building there and it was destroyed. But let me know what y'all think of that. I don't want to reach too much, but I definitely perceive birds uh, in the sky. And the oil rig kind of lines up with the machinery and all that. I'm assuming that's where my mind went due to the lack of really much going on in the area. But let me know if I'm reaching too much with that. Yeah, the settlement was destroyed, never rebuilt. Okay. Well, I don't think there would be a picture of the school there, considering it was uh, in 1915. But, I mean, we can try. No surviving photographs. Okay. Well, there's not really much feedback we can go off of with this, but I'd say a lot what lined up, I said, was the natural resources excavation, the oil rigs, the birds. We know there was a settlement there, but it was gone. It was destroyed from the hurricanes, never rebuilt. But yeah, that's why it's important to, I guess, have someone select a good target so you can get a lot of feedback with it. But it's not always going to be like that if you're doing a randomized coordinate generation. But I mean, it's pretty interesting. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make a video on how to make a good target. And I'll probably even do a coordinate that y'all suggest in the comments. And yeah, so we can get some commenter interaction, some viewer interaction. That'll probably be my next remote view session, and we'll see what we can come up with. But yeah, sorry I can't really get good feedback of the nitty-gritty details as much as I would like to. But so here's another thing I saw that looks a little similar, is right here. It's an open field, a single structure, at least in this perspective. I was thinking of like a grass field, but uh, maybe I confuse that with water. Uh, and I know we talked about there was a building here. I don't know exactly what the structure was made out of. It could have been made out of stone, but maybe this is what the schoolhouse kind of looked like, or the fishery that used to be here. It's really hard to know exactly what, but no, there was round architecture that could be the lighthouse and everything. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that one thing. I thought that was I was looking back at the notes, so I thought, huh, actually it looks kind of similar. Is a structure all by itself. This one, not really, not really anything. I didn't see any structures to it, but who knows? Maybe it'll be built there in the future. Probably not, because it seems like it's a terrible spot to build stuff because of the hurricanes. Uh, Not sure about that. Uh, haven't found anything that aligns with it. This is the stairs I was talking about. It could be from the oil rig itself. I wish I can get a closer up picture, but that's what we got. Okay, one more thing. I know I envisioned a dinosaur, so I looked up dinosaurs did not inhabit Breton Island. The fossil record shows animals. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Okay. Uh, Never heard the large crocodile, lizard-like, early four-legged vertebrates in swampy tropical forest. I know this is reaching a lot, but I don't have much to go on from the feedback wise. But I mean, we can see what, I don't know if there'd be a picture of what they may have looked like. The mastodon. Okay. Well, yeah, not really much to go on. But if y'all want to research it a little bit more, uh, I've been looking through stuff. I haven't really found much to go off of. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Let me know what y'all think of the accuracy wise. I don't think it was accurate with what I could be with, given the feedback I got. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all next time.